A summary of Moby Dick. Moby Dick is a novel by Herman Melville published in 1851. The story is about a man named Ishmael who becomes a sailor and goes on a whaling ship with his friend Queequeg. They meet the captain of the ship, Ahab, who has a vendetta against a giant white whale named Moby Dick. The novel begins with Ishmael feeling restless and wanting to go on an adventure. He decides to become a sailor and goes to the town of New Bedford to find a ship. There, he meets a man named Queequeg, a harpooner from a faraway island who is also looking for work. Ishmael is initially afraid of Queequeg because he looks different and carries a harpoon, but they become friends and decide to go on a whaling ship together. They travel to Nantucket, where they plan to find a ship that will take them on as crew. They eventually find a ship called the Pequod, which is captained by Ahab. Ahab is a mysterious figure, and Ishmael and Queequeg are intrigued by him. They soon find out that Ahab has a personal vendetta against Moby Dick, a giant white whale that he believes is responsible for taking his leg in a previous encounter. The crew sets sail on the Pequod, and they begin their hunt for whales. Ahab is always thinking about Moby Dick and becomes obsessed with catching him. He even orders the crew to change course and hunt for the whale in areas where it is unlikely to be found. The crew can see that Ahab is losing his mind, but they are too afraid to challenge him. As the crew continues to hunt for whales, they face many dangers, including storms, whale attacks, and mutiny. There are also many colorful characters on the ship, including Starbuck, the first mate, who is a voice of reason and tries to dissuade Ahab from his dangerous quest. One of the most memorable moments in the novel is when the crew spots another whaling ship that has encountered Moby Dick. The crew of the other ship is badly injured, and the ship itself is destroyed. Ahab is undeterred by this and becomes even more determined to catch the whale. As they continue to hunt for Moby Dick, the crew starts to become more fearful of Ahab and his obsession. They begin to question his leadership and wonder if he is leading them to their deaths. One crew member, named Fidala, is particularly suspicious and is rumored to be working for Ahab in some capacity. Finally, they spot Moby Dick, and Ahab orders the crew to attack him. They fight with the whale for hours, but the whale is too strong. He destroys the ship and kills most of the crew, including Ahab. Ishmael is the only survivor, and he floats on a coffin until he is rescued by another ship. The novel is about the dangers of obsession and revenge and the power of nature. Ahab's obsession with catching Moby Dick led to his downfall and the death of most of his crew. The story also explores themes of identity, friendship, and the human condition. In addition to the main narrative, there are many digressions and philosophical musings throughout the novel. These include discussions of the nature of evil, the role of fate in human life, and the relationship between humans and animals. There are also many detailed descriptions of the process of whaling and the equipment used in the trade. Overall, Moby Dick is a complex and multi-layered novel that has been the subject of much scholarly analysis and interpretation. It is considered one of the greatest American novels of all time and has had a profound impact on literature and culture. The novel's themes and characters have been interpreted in many different ways over the years, and it continues to be studied and debated by scholars and readers alike. In summary, Moby Dick is a story about the dangers of obsession and the power of nature. Ahab's quest for revenge against Moby Dick leads to his downfall and the death of most of his crew. The novel also explores themes of identity, friendship, and the human condition, as well as offering detailed insights into the world of whaling in the 19th century. Despite its complex themes and dense prose, Moby Dick remains a timeless classic that continues to captivate readers of all ages. Its powerful imagery, vivid characters, and profound insights into the human condition make it a must-read for anyone interested in great literature. Thanks for watching.